Worlds. The first time they sent it back is like, you don't meet the qualifications for blah 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 blah. And I was like, it's like, okay, that's fine. I've only really recently started judging, so it's like, yeah, you don't have the experience, blah blah blah. Okay, that's fine. A couple weeks later, they sent an email. So we realized that message was copy and pasted and a little too angry. So this is really why we didn't accept certain people, because apparently like some tenured professors had applied, like 10 years plus experience, and they got denied. And got that exact same message.
Oh, wow.
I wasn't going to have an issue with that.
With that, everybody, welcome to the post-credit show.
Hey, we're on.
Woo! We're talking.
We are talking.
After hours.
On the post-credit show, this is where we talk about all the things we have been doing and playing this week, apparently without clothes on. Because it's the After Hours show.
Am I doing it right?
He's doing it better.
I can't see anymore.
Oh no, the glasses have come off.
Oh, I don't know what's going on. Hi, Nick's grandma.
Happy birthday.
Damn it! God damn it!
Oh, that's good. Anywho.
Well, with that opening.
That is
I'm glad we're live.
Yes.
So yeah, welcome to the post-credit show where we talk about all the things we've been playing, doing, and otherwise just watching.
Stuff.
Yes, obviously
Stuff.
watching.
Doing stuff.
Entertaining ourselves.
Entertaining ourselves.
So I said this can go really good, weird.
Okay, I have a separate Reddit account.
Adult things.
Are we getting into this? Because I have a lot of subreddits on there.
Is r/adulting a thing? I'm just curious.
It depends on your definition of adulting, I guess.
Yeah. What we get. There are actually a lot of subreddits.
Oh.
That's what
that's what I thought.
Actually about adult tasks.
Ah, that's terrible.
I love Reddit for that because some of the, I forgot which one it was, but it's very misleading in the like r/whatever, and you're like, so because someone posted it as like a joke on on a regular Reddit, and I'm like, risky click, and it's like, to me there is no risky click. I don't Reddit at my job. No. I read it at home on my phone, so it's like, click. And it was something completely like innocuous, like, you know, clean and safe for work, and I'm like, because people are gonna look that up, and it's not gonna be what they think it is. Either way,
yes,
what we've been doing.
Why are you looking at me?
Hi, my name's Nick, and I've been
Tony.
Oh yeah, I forgot names.
Brian.
We did a thing. We knew your name.
We knew your name. We talked about.
Oh yeah,
you.
yeah.
You're like doing.
You had a bit.
All right. We didn't even introduce ourselves in the first part.
So again, only him.
Only
everybody knows.
I know, right? Like so self-centered. It's like a Days button or something like that.
Okay. Family Guy. I'm on season 11.
Oh, you're way past me.
But why?
Because I've been taking care of a puppy and I have a lot of time at home. And the puppy gets me up at like 5:30. And then it's
prepping you for work.
And I'm like, I'm not actually mad about that part. I'm like, okay, this is getting me ready to go back to work, which is
instead of waking up at like 11.
Yeah. But then I end up on the couch while C falls asleep, and I'm like, well, now I'm awake. So I just throw on Family Guy, because again, like I've said, if I fall asleep during it, I'm not like, oh no, I missed that. The only one I missed one episode by falling asleep, and it was the Return of the Jedi special, and I'm like, well,
that was actually not half bad.
That's actually a good one.
So I press the thing, go back to the beginning and watch it, because the Star Wars specials are good, and I love how Return of the Jedi starts off, where it's like
we're doing this thing again.
We have to do this.
They're making us do this, and blah 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 blah. Sorry if it seemed phoned in. Just don't complain to us. Like
I do like how that started.
And it's part of the dialogue is like, we're doing Star Wars again, aren't we? Ah, damn it!
Yeah. I got to the 200th episode.
I do like the ends of those when he's poking fun at Chris.
Oh, I know.
The first one,
I think
first one, how he's actually ripping on Robot Chick for not being on network, and then the second one is he's actually doing that, but Chris is like, oh, whatever.
And then they go without a paddle.
Without a
paddle in there. I love that movie, by the way. It's a great film. And then even the final fight between Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker, where it's like he's trying to anger him, so he's like, I think Seth Green hasn't done anything decent with his life. And he's like, he was on Buffy. And it's just, and then they start fighting, and I'm like, oh my god. And at the end of that episode where he's like, yeah, well, I think Seth MacFarlane's a fraud.
I wonder how much of that was just like ad-libbed.
I hope it so much
probably a lot of it was.
It's just like, guys, just have fun with it.
Knowing Seth MacFarlane a little bit, I feel like he wrote part of that too. Like he's just because if you watch the 200th episode, every time they get to one of their 100th and 200th episodes, it's just Seth MacFarlane and talking heads and recapping like their favorite episodes from the last 100 episodes.
Do they still talk to the people?
Which other people? Oh no, they didn't do the people.
The 100th episode.
Yeah, 100th episode they interviewed people and they're like, "What do you think of Family Guy?" And they're like, "I think it should be taken off the air." Like
It's a bad movie.
They got a bunch of random people off the street and he's like, "I think these are the best interviews." And it's like, "Well, what do you think of the creator? He should not have a job." And it's him interviewing them, but they don't know he's the guy. And you're just like,
yeah,
all right. That was good. The 200th episode actually has like writers and people talking about the show and talking about Seth, which is actually a little bit cooler because they're like, he's the one that gets like the Gene Kelly dancing singing skits, which we talked about last week, where that's where I'm like, the fact that he gets those, no one does that crap.
No.
Because no one watches those movies except apparently me and Seth MacFarlane. Or MacFarlane.
Yeah.
I'm on the right set.
You're on the
Too many sets out there.
Or no, I'm on the right MacFarlane. But like that's what I mean. Like I get the Gene Kelly jokes. I get the like singing in the rain jokes and the My Fair Lady and all the like musical number jokes. It's like I thank you for that, sir, because those just like.
I think it's also because they're out of good ideas and they just make some.
And honestly, that's and he said even on that part of that like the 200th episode, he's like I make a show where hopefully people laugh. Like he's like it does not have to make sense half the time, and he's like, but if I can get a laugh out of you. Good enough. That's what I aim for. And I'm
even,
like,
and even sometimes it's like some of the cutaways. They'll be like, "Yeah, we
my God,
we can't think of we can't think of anything for this cutaway, so I'm just gonna hit Meg."
One of the cutaways, it went to people like in a studio at the like switchboards, and they were like, because Peter says something, and they're like, "We don't have anything queued up for it. Like that's never happened. What do we do?" And it's like, "Play something else. Just play this one." And it plays, and it goes back to Peter, and he's like, "Well, that was weird." And it just keeps going, and it's like.
Well, one of them was like they play the same cutaway.
Yeah.
Like literally it's the same one, and they're like, we didn't have any ideas.
And there was one episode, Stewie and this was a good one. Stewie and Brian use his time machine because those are episodes, but they go back to the first episode.
Okay.
And it's actually the first episode with like Stewie and Brian superimposed in. So they're looking through the window.
Yeah.
And it's
the
real
first
bad
thing.
drawn.
It's the badly drawn stuff. And Stewie's looking and he's like, I don't remember this day. He's like, I think this is like my first memory. And you're like, nah. But then Peter says something to do one of the cutaways, and everybody's just in the kitchen standing because you don't get the cutaway. And they're like, what are we do? What did we all have a simultaneous like stroke? And then they finally figure out that it's a cutaway.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, because they do it again. There's a second one, and they're like, oh, they're doing the cutaway thing. This was before we figured out we could do stuff during them. And then it cuts away to the new cutaways where like Peter says something, and he starts it goes to the cutaway, and he starts smoking, and someone
within a cutaway.
Everybody starts doing stuff, and they're like, do you really think you can smoke in like between this cutaway and it's whoever that singer is that they keep cutting to?
Cutaway or something.
Yeah, where it cuts to that one where he's like, oh yeah, it's gonna be a good minute and a half, and he's just sitting on the couch having a smoke, and you're like. What's going on?
The show just got incredibly meta.
But the self-referential stuff, like, there's good comedy in there. It's just, I can sleep through some of it.
Some.
Most
of it.
But if I wake up and again, I think I get the Seth MacFarlane piece where he says, if I can make you laugh, and I'm like, I chuckle. Like, Stewie did something, and I went,
I'm actually surprised they don't repost some of like their bits on their YouTube channel.
I'm surprised, because that's all you really need is the bit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that show is. It's a bunch of
it's
bits put together.
It's evolved into whatever it is.
Yeah. And it knows what it is. And the fact that they've been canceled twice and brought back. And
a few times.
Yeah.
I do love that when they came back the first time, they had this big list.
We
can only come back if this. They went on a big list of shows.
Yeah, they list of like.
If all these shows get canceled.
There's a chance we come back and like Firefly and Buffy is on there and like,
Alias and
Oh yeah.
The other part with Stewie and Peter and Brian going back in time was obviously Meg's voice was different.
Oh yeah.
In that first season, and Stewie just points out the fact that it was that actress, and he's like, "There's someone who like dropped out of a good deal." And you're just like, shots fired.
Savage.
Other than that, so Family Guy.
Yeah.
We watched Wet Hot American Summer 10 years later.
Woo.
it's exactly what you. If you watched Wet Hot American Summer and Wet Hot American Summer last.
First day and
of
last day.
camp, yeah.
First day and last day.
Again, a series that I just don't care for.
If you watch those, this is the exact same
Then I'm not
crap,
missing-
but it's
not missing out.
10 years later, so everybody's a little bit older and they have jobs, and it's based in the 80s, early 90s, so all the like get-ups are just, you're like, oh my god, people dressed like that, and that was a thing. And then it just gets overblown stupid because George Bush Sr. is president, and Reagan comes back to destroy the camp. Like, there's this
What?
whole, oh yeah,
What?
yes.
This sounds incredibly.
Now he wants to watch it.
No, the opposite is happening. Literally, the opposite is happening right
Like,
now.
you watch this film and it's just like, what the hell is going
On
on?
here.
Because I got that feeling when what was it, one of the Harold and Kumar movies where they ended up dropping out in George Bush Jr.'s house.
Escape
That's the
from
second
Guantanamo,
one. That's the
yeah.
second one.
Escape from Guantanamo.
Where it's like they
The
have
third
Junior
one's the
Bush.
Christmas special.
Yeah.
The Christmas special is just wonderful.
It's another Christmas classic. We should watch that at Christmas.
That's not.
Christmas Vacation, Die Hard, Harold and Kumar.
I'm not coming here after Christmas.
Die Hard.
Die Hard.
I'll watch Die Hard any day of the week. It doesn't matter if it's on Christmas.
He's with me on this.
It's a Christmas movie.
I'm not. We're not getting into this again.
If you want to see this rebuttal and back and forth.
Downloaded, and I know you did too, Sonic Mania.
Sonic Mania.
So good.
They got it. They
So,
did it. They
for-
did it.
This is how they did it, though.
Someone did it.
For those of you that don't know, Sonic Mania is a 2D, like, sprite-based Sonic game like the Sega Genesis games.
Exactly. Like
The
it,
best
basically.
part of this is the people who actually made this game, like most of the people working on it, were people who were doing like homebrew games at
They were
home.
They were
They were
fan
fans
games.
making a fan game, going like, "Well, we can make Sonic games."
Yes.
So they were doing it, and instead of Sega doing the whole cease and desist thing, they're like, "You guys want a job?"
And you know what? Sega's
how it
been
works
very proactive about this, especially on their social media, because they get internet stuff for whatever reason. They understand that people have this lust for Sonic stuff,
Yeah.
whether it's bad, really bad, or really, really good. Like, they know.
Yeah. So
that
this one,
fans
instead
love
of
them.
cease and desisting these people, they're like, "Hey, come make a game
So you'll-
for us."
Yeah, so you'll boot the game out and it's like, I've never heard of that developer.
You-
I've
no,
never,
you
I've never heard
don't.
of that developer. I've never heard of that developer.
Yeah. Because they're all
Like, indiest of indies.
they're us, except people who actually know what they're doing in programming.
Yes, cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, for me, I know the game feels like a regular Sonic game from the Sega Genesis era, but there's these tweaks in there that you can only do on a
Newer
more
system.
powerful console.
I think the big
Just some
one
of the
is-
mechanics.
I think one of the big things is making it run as smooth as it does.
So
too.
smooth.
Because, like, yeah, the old Genesis games would run that speed, but you could feel where the chugs are. But this
Yeah, this one
doesn't matter which console you're playing it on,
Yeah.
except PC apparently right now.
Or computers.
It's running at a full 60 frames on all like the special modes, the regular stage modes.
Yeah. And they've taken everything from Sonic 1 all the way to Sonic CD, and it's in there. So the special stages, the getting the Chaos Emeralds, like all that stuff.
all on there.
I hate those blue
the one,
orbs.
I know I hate the stupid blue orbs. The one thing in this game that I didn't realize until I started playing it, so now I'm just gonna play through, is you can actually pick who you play as at the beginning, and I'm like Sonic.
Yeah,
I
you play
picked
Sonic
and
Tails.
So Sonic and Tails is who I had.
Yes, so is
Because and I mean honestly, I started with my Sega Genesis and Sonic 2,
Yeah.
which is Sonic and Tails.
See, for me, I started with Sonic 3, which is fine.
Knuckles.
And Knuckles. And Knuckles.
And Knuckles. And that was my-
Knuckles.
Sonic 3 and
And that was my one. Sonic and Knuckles was the greatest thing ever, because you
Yes.
could pop the top off the damn game and put in Sonic 2 and play Sonic 2, but with Knuckles.
And Knuckles.
So this game does the exact same thing. You can actually select Knuckles and just play as Knuckles, or you can select Sonic and just play as Sonic, and it's like, damn.
Yeah,
And then
it's
there's
called-
actually a mode,
It's called and Knuckles.
and
mode.
Knuckles mode, where you're Sonic and Knuckles. And
So-
Knuckles follows you around like
so
Tails
like,
usually
So
does.
like the whole joke behind that is apparently one of the old Sonic games was advertised as Sonic 3 and Knuckles or something
Yeah.
like that, and it was printed on the cartridge, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and people were like, but.
Well,
What?
because it was Sonic and Knuckles was
Son-
the actual
yeah.
title of
Yes.
Sonic 3, but they put the 3 in there,
Yeah.
so it looks like Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
So it's like that doesn't make sense, and so they make a joke in this game where they literally included an and Knuckles mode. It's kind of hilarious.
I still remember when
So you can have Knuckles with Knuckles.
I still,
part about this
I
mode.
still remember when I bought Sonic, or when I rented Sonic and Knuckles, because I didn't. I only had 2 games for my Sega Genesis. The rest I rented because that's
That's how
what
it
you did
works.
back in the
That's how
day.
it
Yeah, N64 and Genesis, yeah, sure.
Sega Genesis was pretty much, or no, N64 was the first. Like I rented an N64.
Mhm.
I remember renting an N64 for my birthday, and then it came to the point where we were renting it enough where my parents were just like, let's just go buy this stupid thing. Like I had a Super Nintendo and I had a Sega Genesis and I bought games for my Super Nintendo. My Sega Genesis, I rented games. I still remember because I rented NHL '94 all the time. Like that was one of those games I rented. I also one time was like Sonic and Knuckles. Oh my god, Sonic and Knuckles! I have to get this game because you can lift the top off. Like, oh my god, this is insane. And so I put Sonic 2 in, played that for a bit, and I'm like, I wonder. And I still remember being overly disappointed that Knuckles was not in my hockey game.
I think there's reasons for
I
that.
put an HL 94 in the top, and it did not work.
There's reasons why that doesn't work nowadays. That
And
makes
Nick gave
sense.
birth to the idea of Mario sports games, because that was me back then, was like, it would be amazing if Sonic was in a sports game.
So they owe you money. They owe you some money.
Yeah, someone owes me something. But Sonic Mania, totally
It's a love
amazing.
project. Like people who made it understand the nostalgia. Yeah, they
Yes.
understand what makes Sonic good and bad.
Yep.
It's-
The
it's-
sounds or everything is just
Did
like...
you hear
and
the 25th anniversary Easter egg?
No.
So the 25th anniversary live stream for Sonic, it was like a couple of years ago or something, like that, or maybe last year. It was a complete disaster. Like they tried to honor Sonic by having this live stream. Sega did, anyways. But it was a complete disaster. Things were crashing. Like the stream wasn't on. It was on, but like it was on some like black gray screen or whatever like that, and it had this really annoying whine that
Ooh.
kept playing, and people were really complaining about that because it's like you're trying to watch a live stream, but
Yeah.
you got this. It was like it was kind of like that, and so some of the people were playing Sonic Mania.
Hours.
Some people were playing Sonic Mania, and they found one of the screens in the background played that whine in the game, and then some people tweeted like, "Is that the same thing from that stream?" The guy's like, "It is." Good catch. Good catch. And then the guy actually tweeted that at the engineer who was managing the live stream. So it's like they get everything.
They get it all. And the boss battles in this game have stepped it up immeasurably.
Drastically.
You've played Act or level 2, obviously.
I'm at
Act, whatever.
3 or 4.
Yeah, so there's
Is 2 the one with the missiles?
there's the missile one, and then
The
there's
missile one
there's
was
the
hard.
puzzle one, is where I'm glad I bought
Oh my
Tetris
God.
versus
Oh,
Puyo
see, I
Puyo.
was glad enough to play the demo.
So I got
That was crazy.
that was an insane.
I did
Again,
not see that coming.
get to a boss battle.
You think it's a boss battle?
You think it's a boss battle, and it is.
It is.
You have to play Puyo Puyo
You play. You were playing Puyo
against
Puyo.
Robotnik,
It was the most like.
and I'm just like,
my fiance
what's
was.
happening?
My fiance was watching me during that
Yeah.
bit, and she's like, "Oh man, this is amazing! This is amazing!" I did the boss battle. She's like, "What's happening? What's happening? I don't remember this happening." I played
Puyo Puyo.
What's going on? I was like, "I don't know.
I know.
I'm winning. I don't know."
I don't know. I'm just like, make sure you get okay.
4. You gotta go to
Stack,
4.
stack, stack.
and then-
4, 4, 2. Yes, God, I'm going
Yeah. And you know what? They didn't make it overly difficult.
No, it was
so-
really easy.
Yeah.
It was a really easy Puyo Puyo compared to the fucking
Real-
Puyo Puyo game.
real
that
Puyo
I,
Puyo.
yeah.
Super cool that they put that in. Like,
That's the kind of crap they're putting in the game where I'm like, damn. But then some of the extra mechanics that they're throwing in where it's just like some of the not jumping mechanics, but like level mechanics where you run into something and all of a sudden you're bouncing here and there.
Mhm.
It feels like the old game, but it feels
It
new
feels
and fresh.
It
and
feels chaotic, but it isn't.
Yeah,
at
and that's
some
what the
point.
old games were.
So it's like
If you play
it's-
Sonic 2, you hopped into a tube and it went.
And like at some
And
point,
spat you out.
Yeah, it's like at some point you think that maybe I should have gone left. Oh, too late.
And then you hit it.
Too late. I hit the pad. I hit the.
You hit the pad, or you're running this way, and all of a sudden you hit a spring, and you're going that way now, and it's like, I guess I do want to go left.
Okay, this is what that's what insanity is like.
So yeah, no, it feels like an old Sonic game, which is completely awesome.
Yeah,
That's good.
totally. Yes, totally worth buying on whichever console you guys.
Whatever you have, and it's what, $25?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah, like PS4's got it, Xbox One's got it.
steal
Yeah,
of
I
a
have a
deal.
lot
PC
of
will
games.
eventually get it. But Sonic Mania is one of those games that you can totally get.
You play a level, you
Play
play
level,
something else.
go somewhere
Yeah.
else. Yeah, it's a good.
You can
like,
come back to it.
Wind off game. Like
Yeah.
it's a good cool down game.
Yeah,
Is what it really is, because it's like I find myself playing a few levels at night.
yeah.
And the best part is like you don't, even if you suck at it, you still have a great time because it's like
It's Sonic. You
you-
really...
they really nailed the sense of speed.
Oh,
Is-
nice.
is the big thing about Sonic.
So there's still like satisfaction in
Oh yeah,
that.
even when it's like, oh yeah, I'm dead. but it's not that bad. Like I'm okay with going back that road again.
Yeah.
But I know to jump over.
I know there are spikes coming at my face.
Yes. So no, Sonic Mania.
Sonic Mania, totally good. I've also been playing Harvest Moon Magical Melody. That's on the live stream if you want to check that out on our YouTube channel.
Fainted from whistling.
So you
Fainted from whistling.
You got the GameCube emulator working or something like that, or
Maybe. I totally own that game. Tony, what are you talking about? That's right. It was here.
Haha.
Did you hide my Harvest Moon?
Haha.
Oh no, it's right there.
See, I totally own Metal Gear when I tried to that.
Now the cool part is, I got the emulator.
You got the Dolphin. Yeah. You just put it in and it just works.
Dolphin's amazing.
Yes, it's one of the best emulators of all time, I think.
And the cool part is I also have the adapter for my GameCube controller, so I can play with the legit controller for this game.
Nice.
Which is nice. The unfortunate part is I forgot how to play Magical Melody.
And fainted, apparently.
Okay, no, fainting is part of it. I meant to faint. I just did not mean to faint at that time.
It's like, yes.
Because
yes.
the whole point of Magical Melody is there are music notes you have to collect to revive the Harvest Goddess. And so there's dumb stuff you have to do to get the musical notes. One of the things you have to do, which I did on the live stream, is stand in one place for like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So you cannot move. So like I put the controller down and sat here like, I swear to God, like this is actually going to do something. And all of a sudden your guy like does his little dance and holds up and goes, "Lucky!" And you get a musical note for not doing anything.
For not doing anything.
You also get a musical note for staying up all night.
Okay.
But if you stay up all night, you don't regain any of your energy. And if you're tired, if you perform an act of any, well, mostly any kind, it takes off more stamina.
Yeah.
I accidentally...
Oh, accidentally now.
Because I was like, well, I can get a couple things done, go talk to some people, because that's the social aspect of the game. So I was like, I'll go do my talking to people, like gain some, some talking.
Yeah.
Maybe grab some stuff, throw it in my bin, because picking stuff up doesn't take stamina. So I'm like, I'll do that. But I accidentally hit the whistle button and I whistled and fainted.
Your reaction to that was hilarious.
Now, if it helps, I also got a musical note for fainting. So, I did mean to faint.
That's so funny.
I just fainted earlier than prescribed.
Okay.
Because I still remember how to get some of the unusual music notes. And that's one of them, is if you faint. Because normally in the Harvest Moon games, you do everything you can not to faint. And this game legitimately rewards you for fainting once.
You can't get multiple notes.
You cannot get multiple notes by fainting.
You can't stack the notes.
It's all starting to come back to me slowly.
Mm-hmm.
But so it's a slow process of coming back. It also takes up 57 blocks on a memory card.
I think that's a lot back then.
That's a lot.
That was a lot back then.
I think Eternal Darkness was like 3.
Mm-hmm.
I also have that on my computer. I also own that too. In case you.
That's a very rare game. Eternal Darkness is a super rare game.
Sanity is 50
It was
blocks.
such a good game, though.
Such a good game. So
I was really hoping they could make
Rip
another
Dennis
one.
Dyack.
okay, but he went stupid.
Yes, Rip Dennis Dyack.
Yeah, this game was awesome. The creator went dumb.
Yeah.
I do want to try and get Graham to play this at some point.
That would be worth it because those horrors.
These ones are good.
Those are
stand
good
the test of
horrors.
time.
Yes.
I still remember playing this when it told me my memory card was corrupt.
Or it's like it's erasing your save data on your memory.
Yeah.
Your memory card is corrupt. We must erase your save data, and it starts like there's a progress bar, and I'm like, ah! Because you lose sanity.
You lose sanity.
You lose sanity within the game, and the more you lose sanity, sometimes you'll go into a room and it's full of like the zombies that you're supposed to fight. And you're like, oh my god, this room is insane, and you can't leave. It doesn't let you leave, so you're just like slashing at everything coming at you.
If you want to talk about like meta horror games, that's probably the meta.
The other ones are like there's a volume control that starts going down on your television, or something else happens and it looks like your TV is screwed up, or your GameCube is broken and it's
for whatever reason the monitor is now your screen is now black and white.
Yeah.
So it screws with you actually in real life too. And the one that got me was when it was like deleting my memory card, because the memory card it was on was one of like the 256 block ones, and it was like deleting everything, and I'm like, oh my progress! Because I have a pretty extensive GameCube library, and it was deleting a good portion of it. Deleting, and then if I wouldn't have turned my console off, it pops back into the game going like, just kidding.
I'm pretty sure this is...
You did turn your console on?
I turned my console off. I was like, no!
I'm pretty sure that's the reason, that's the game's the reason why they, Hideo Kojima at least said, hey, guys make Metal Gear Solid, go do it.
Yeah.
Because Metal Gear has a ton of those like meta references.
Oh, especially when you fight like Psycho Mantis.
Psycho Mantis. Yeah.
Psycho Mantis was the big
It's just
one.
too bad that game turned out the way it did.
If you want, we can also play this.
Better than, better than now.
Better than the new movie.
It's better than what you. It's at least better than nothing.
Yep.
1 block. Save data takes 1 block.
That's mighty.
Other than that, play Unknown Battleground with you.
Yep.
Where we got our butts kicked.
All the time.
PUBG. Good old
PUBG.
I'm trying to think of Netflix. Oh, I saw the first half hour of The Defenders.
Okay, we'll check back into this next week. I don't think any of us have gone any serious depth into it.
3
Have you finished?
episodes.
3 episodes.
Okay, well, all right. Most of us haven't.
For my general first half hour, I thought
I wanted to do more, but then I said, hey, I should come here instead.
yeah, good choice.
Hi.
I am on Wi-Fi. I can still watch it.
I was gonna say, how much can you put on your phone?
I have Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
but
watch it here.
You haven't
There's a
watched
computer
anything.
attached to this
You haven't
television.
watched anything.
Huh?
You haven't watched any of it yet.
I've watched half an hour. Either way, the first half an hour.
I'm
was-
on episode
So it's a
4.
good. It's like
Come
it's
back.
good.
Yeah.
It's good.
The first half hour I thought was actually a really good mixing of all the episodes, like all the shows.
It does that for the first entire episode.
I figured it did, but it does. It amalgamates. Like you can tell you are now watching a
A
Luke
Luke
Cage piece. You can tell you're watching a Jessica Jones piece. You can tell you're watching a.
By the
I feel
music
like
I
that's
found
expected.
too.
the music, especially for Luke
Because,
Cage, because
like,
it comes on and I'm
hey.
like, hey, hip hop. I know what I'm watching.
Guess who season this is?
And the intro is killer too.
We're good.
I watched it once, and then after the last
You only have to
two-
watch it.
yeah.
How long are each? Is it still an hour episode?
Yes.
Okay.
Close to it.
Close to an hour.
So,
50, whatever.
50
Okay, so yeah.
something, and then
So the
episode
standard.
4 is 45.
So
Cause
the standard length for those Netflix shows.
Yeah, because I was watching the first episode and I paused it and I let the dog out and then I looked at the time and I went, I should probably shower if I'm gonna make it to Brian's.
No, I don't have the shit.
So I cleaned myself up, went to Brian's, moved a bunch of junk. So that's what I've spent today moving a bunch of stuff
We did
Sweet.
move a lot of
and
stuff.
setting up a room
Sweet.
and making sure dogs sit properly. But that's not my job.
Sweet. You already have troubles with one dog trying to sit properly.
These dogs are much better behaved than my dog. Although my dog right now is doing spectacular.
Just late.
After hour. Your puppies are delightful.
Oh, thank you.
So no, we had a very productive day, but holy cow, that day started at 10 and did not stop.
It did
except
not
when we
stop.
stopped at McDonald's, which we weren't supposed to do.
Well,
But
whatever.
we did anyways.
No one will know.
Rebels.
We won't tell.
You blame the best man for all this stuff. Anyway. Why were you late? It was Nick's fault.
Nick was doing weird stuff.
Something about taking his dog outside.
Dogs.
Funny thing is, the dog was still inside.
And to go back to not wearing pants while playing games and watching TV, when I get up with the dog, I'm in my underwear and a t-shirt. So
Yes.
there you go.
After hours. Some deep bassy voice. After hours.
This game was good. I quite enjoyed that
I
game.
can't wait for Dragon Ball Z Fighters.
Oh,
Oh
yes.
my god, I want that on the Switch so
I can't wait for that.
Me too. Have you seen gameplay from that?
Jesus, it looks amazing.
It looks
I will
awesome.
show you gameplay trailer while other people are talking because you have to know. You have to be in the know.
It's so
Do
good.
I?
Oh yeah.
It's real
I can't
good.
wait for it.
They studied their source material. Real
It
good.
looks really good.
Yeah. What have you always been up to?
Me
Go
is
ahead.
wedding stuff.
Brian's getting married tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
I think that's taken
So
up a
no
lot of his
video
time.
games?
Time off. I've been playing PUBG,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been trying out that new StarCraft remastered, which came out August 14th.
Oh yeah. How was that?
That I enjoyed it.
StarCraft. Yeah.
So it is StarCraft. So
StarCraft.
the skins are just changed. I think they've added a little more detail to the story, but gameplay is exactly the same. Characters do not have good pathing. They will walk into each other, and they will
But I
screw
think
up your strategy.
it basically just they copy and paste it.
Yes.
It's copy. Other than the nice high resolution assets.
Yeah.
So it's a fighter.
It's a fighting game.
Yeah. But it's
So-
a fantastic fighting game.
It's a gorgeous looking fighting game.
Yeah, I don't get into fighting games anymore though.
But it's not just like
It's Dragon Ball Z.
it's Dragon Ball Z fighting game.
So it's going to take me 2 days to play through it?
Yes.
Take you 2 days to charge.
Yes.
I think the best part about this is the way that they integrate. Sorry, we're watching
Story
stuff for
with
Dragon Ball
Fighters.
Fighters.
Fighter Z or Fighter? I don't
Will there
know.
be an online component with
Yes,
this?
there is.
obviously.
Of course.
yes.
It's a fighting game.
Okay, so this we're sidetracking.
Yes.
This game is being Dragon Ball Fighters is being developed by the guys who do BlazBlue,
Yeah, which is a
hugely popular fighting game.
Yeah.
Also the same guys that did the Persona fighting game, and that game played wonderfully.
So the awesome part about this game is these are all actual 3D models that are done up to look like they are 2D
Cel-shaded.
cel-shaded. Well, it's done up to look like they're the old 2D like Super Nintendo fighting games, which I loved way back when.
Oh,
Nintendo
yeah.
Genesis games, yeah.
Oh, those are the best Dragon Ball
Those
Z
are
fighting
so
games.
good.
Kamehameha. Come on.
And the best part is they've made it easy to play. If you know how to quarter circle punch, you know a good chunk of this game.
Yeah,
Like they made it very accessible if you've played a fighting game in the past decade.
I think the
Nice.
other cool part about the animations in this game is like it goes to
Button mash.
Trunks.
Yes.
It goes to Trunks doing his like thing, and they have taken the footage from the show,
Okay.
animated over top of that with their stuff. So it is like 1-for-1 exactly what you would see Trunks do when he does his super. And it zooms in on his face, like it goes from
Yes.
this and goes because he's doing his super. Like there's nothing else you can do,
Like, those-
and he goes like.
Like those BlazBlue guys, they know how to make a good anime fighting game.
It is gorgeous.
Like, for example, like this.
Yeah,
That's in game.
this is all in game.
Oh my gosh, I want this game so
I know
bad.
what you're talking about.
Does that not look like the
It looks-
greatest looking fighting game?
It looks like a great Dragon
I
Ball.
don't get into fighters games anymore.
And it will follow the story, right?
Sure.
Doesn't-
I don't know what's
doesn't-
going
doesn't
on
need
with
to.
Dragon Ball
The
anymore.
It
last,
doesn't need to.
The last fighting game I did
Um,
was PlayStation All Stars.
PlayStation All Stars.
No, that's not a fighting game. I've played that. I'd rather play Smash Brothers over that.
I would hope so.
I don't
I'm just saying
consider
that's the
Smash
last.
Brothers a huge fighting game. to
That's
be
what I.
fair.
That's the last one I did. Was
We need to get you playing a modern fighting game.
no. I just can't
I
get
was gonna
into
say
them.
fighters are tough to get into. Dragon Ball fighters I find to be very different.
I don't know what it
Well,
is.
well,
It's
no,
just.
so-
Pokken Tournament's actually really good.
Mortal Kombat.
Pokken
Yeah.
Pokken Tournament's a
Pacific
good like
Blade.
segue because it gets the people who know a little bit about fighting games
Mhm.
and can button mash their way through it,
Yeah.
as well as the hardcore people, like the people who understand real fighting game
Real
mechanics.
fighting game
Like
mechanics.
there's depth to Pokken Tournament,
Okay.
but there doesn't need to be if you've never. It's like Marvel 3. When
Yeah.
Marvel 3 came out,
Mm.
people can button mash the crap out of the game. Yet there is actual depth to it all.
Yeah,
But
no,
much.
if these are anything like the old Super Nintendo ones, which they're trying to like emulate, it's very much you can just dick around, flying around for a
Mhm.
while
Yeah.
without actually doing anything.
Yes, and you can still have a good time.
And still have a great time because you're just like, and then,
That's
just
all I
like-
want to do.
and then you're both sitting there like,
Yeah, you got a charger meter.
especially if you're fighting someone else because you can just both sit there and just like, I will defeat you, Frieza!
And someone will try to hit you to be like, block!
Yeah.
Charge!
And that's the cool thing about this one. There's an animation that shows like that building in the background.
Yeah.
They shoot the little key blast and they block it, so you can actually block the key blast just like in the show, and it actually sails into the building behind and leaves a hole in the roof.
Cool.
And it's just like
So
the
That's coming
attention
out
to
on the Switch,
detail.
right?
They said
Coming
if
on
it gets
Switch?
enough attention for the Switch, they'll release it.
I think it's got enough attention in general.
I'm really hoping they're looking at the Switch.
I
right now
really
and
hope
going
it'll
like,
come on the
okay,
Switch.
we can do it.
And to think about it, you could totally have two people playing
Yeah.
on one screen.
Oh, yes.
Like,
So what
it's like
platform is it?
PlayStation,
PlayStation, Xbox, PC. So you have a PC.
Oh, I got-
I was just gonna say on PC, and that might be my way of getting it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It depends on how interested I am for Marvel Infinite at the moment.
Which every time we talk, you're not. So
They're getting better. I saw the newest story
Apparently it has
trailer.
improved.
I was gonna say like they've improved a lot of the facial character animations for like Chun-Li and Dante,
Mhm.
so they're a little less baby doll looking.
Right.
I guess I don't know the right way to say it, but they are working on it. They are taking a lot of the input, and Capcom every once in a while will go up and down with its fans.
Ooh, Super Saiyan Blue Goku.
Oh yeah, the Super Dragon Balls.
Yeah.
Super Saiyan Blue, which I didn't
And
know was a thing until I played the 3DS game.
I watched the movie.
I want to.
The movie was kind of crazy.
Is it good? Crazy?
Do you like Dragon Ball?
Yes, I
Then
love
you'll like
Dragon
it, then you'll
Ball.
like it.
I was gonna
Okay.
say,
I grew up with
basic-
Dragon Ball
it's
and I
basically
loved
that.
it.
It's like, I will be more powerful than you. No, you won't. Oh, yes, I will. Oh, my God, you are. And then- yeah, it's basically that.
Okay, I gotta go get that movie and.
Yeah, it's as advertised. We watched it, and we were like, yeah, this is Dragon Ball.
Because Frieza comes back.
Yes, Gold Frieza.
Gold
Gold
Frieza.
Frieza. And there's a blue-haired Vegeta and
Vegeta and Goku.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Well, yeah, because if one has to do it,
Yes.
the other has to do it.
Well,
Well, no,
Vegeta can't,
I know.
Well, and they had to come
Yeah.
together as a team to fight off Gold Frieza. And
That's the
Frieza-
funniest part about that fusion game. It's like, I guess we'll team up again, Goku, and you're just like, oh, Vegeta. Like you and
You
your
know
old,
you want
you
to.
in your old age, you're just like, yeah, we'll do. He's like, and really in his head, he's like, we get to team up again.
Yeah, and we're gonna kick ass.
Yeah, because he
so-
knows it's coming.
Yeah.
Cool.
StarCraft.
StarCraft
Sorry,
remaster.
yeah.
No, no, that's okay.
Ventured
What were we
off.
talking about?
StarCraft.
Yeah, just
StarCraft.
better graphics, exactly the same.
And you know what? It's what, $15 or $20 or something like that.
Yeah,
Less
that's
than, less,
not bad.
definitely not full price. I
No,
think
it's
they
not
know
full
that.
price.
Now you can reskin.
And that is StarCraft and StarCraft Brood War.
I was gonna say because
So
they
you
gave
get
away
both.
Brood
Oh, yeah.
War a couple like last year or something like that, right?
You can get the original StarCraft now for free.
Right.
Yeah.
But they had given away Brood War in some weird promotion, and that works with this remastered.
Yes.
You don't need it. So for some, like, I don't know how they programmed Brood War back then, if they knew they were going to make StarCraft remastered now. So
Yeah. I don't
there's
know how
some
they-
weird backwards like
Yeah.
Blizzard development stuff going
Yeah.
on.
It's
And
odd
and
that
not-
Blizzard's branching out to partner with Activision too to do this whole Destiny 2 thing.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
That's-
Blizzard and Activision
that makes
have
sense.
been together forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was news that we didn't put down.
Right.
So remember, this was months ago. Battle.net changed to Blizzard app. Or
Oh,
whatever.
yes.
They regret it now,
They-
don't they?
No, they've taken it back. It is now the Blizzard Battle.net app or Blizzard
Yeah, because I
Battle.net.
think I thought they said they regretted even doing it in the first place.
The statement didn't say that. We've looked at the branding and all that kind of stuff, and we realized that Battle.net is actually a bigger brand than mostly because of everybody on the internet going, I'm not going to call it that.
The Blizzard
Yeah.
launcher?
I'm gonna call it Battle.
It's not the.
Well,
It is not the.
Activision launch-
It is not the Blizzard app. It is the.
Battle.net.
It is BattleNet.
It's
So
been
now
ever
they've-
since 1990, ever.
Yeah.
And that's what they said. They're like, ever since pretty much StarCraft 2 or StarCraft, sorry, like people have been playing together on BattleNet.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So we're putting Blizzard in front of it just so you know it's our system or whatever, and just so they can't go back completely on the whole thing. So they're like, Blizzard's a good thing to have on there.
Yeah.
So not
So now
wrong, but not right either.
So
I
now it's
suppose.
Blizzard's Battle.net.
Yeah.
So.
I think the first bit of that was like they're saying
They're
that
saying-
Destiny 2 is on it's Battle.net. What?
Well, and that was the biggest thing is they released the Destiny announcement was like it's gonna be on BattleNet, and we're like,
Wait, what?
you
Wait,
guys
what?
just changed the name a week ago.
Yeah.
You mean a Blizzard app?
You
No,
mean
no, no.
Blizzard?
No, Battle.net.
BattleNet.
So.
Cool.
But yeah, I've just been playing through the story. I never
It's a
play
good story.
competitive StarCraft
Go
because
against all the Koreans.
that is I've tried on StarCraft 2, and
I
it's
just
just so chess crazy.
StarCraft Remastered is $15
Yeah.
US.
So
It's
what is that,
not
like
bad.
$1 million? American?
Yeah. Yeah, I have 1 penny in my thing.
What's a penny?
Yeah, what's a penny? We don't have those anymore.
They do in the States.
What's a
and
penny?
I have 1 US penny in my.
So what, like $10?
Somewhere. Yeah, it's pretty close.
It's getting- cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, there, my launcher updated.
Yeah,
Now
so you have to update the launcher to get that StarCraft
I now
and the Destiny
understand,
2.
guys. I was like, where are all these games that I'm supposed to know about?
Yes.
Now you know about it.
Now I can find
Cool.
them.
Relive the rush. But yes, that's all I'm doing. Mostly wedding stuff, though.
That's fair.
Now, did you buy? Because I know like, some of the new skins came with, so you can actually change the look of your like
Yes.
command center and all that
I
stuff.
did. I got that. So I did pre-purchase.
Oh, you pre-purchased, so,
So
you
they-
got some of them.
And they do the
There was-
Halo thing, don't they? Where it's like you hit the button and it switches everything back to the 1996 skin.
That I don't know.
Oh, that I have not tried.
Because yeah, that was one bit of
Okay.
things
cool.
that came out is that you can play with the original like old ass sprites if you wanted to, and it
Because
would
yeah,
look
it's
super
cool.
bad.
But I know if you pre-purchased, you could be like, I want my command center to have like a green turret on top or something stupid like that.
Yeah, it's just like I think Terran it's gold.
Yeah.
Like it's just
Cool. Vanity.
Zerg gets
it
black
is.
and red. Yeah. So.
Vanity.
Which is kind of a cool aspect to the game because it's like
Yeah.
I can change up what my Protoss all look like. What up?
I think though, like
I did get a war chest for StarCraft 2 as well, but I have not really used it yet. It's like it just gives you
okay.
you pretty much play a game, get experience for if you so you can get the or depending on the war chest. I just got the Zerg war chest because I love Zerg, and so.
No longer friends.
It
I'm
pretty
not-
much,
Don't you?
I'm a big Terran fan. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah.
Protoss have energy swords.
We've got guns.
So what?
Guns.
I got nukes.
If we nuke those
I got
pylons,
adaptability.
if we nuke those pylons, you weren't worth shit.
Yeah.
As my cloaked warship comes in and just decimates you. I do not play a lot of StarCraft.
No.
Until my nuke blows up your cloak.
We need additional pylons.
Additional pylons.
That's all I remember
You do
from
not
StarCraft.
have
That's all.
sufficient
That's all I got.
pylons.
That's all I got.
Yeah.
I want StarCraft Ghost.
One day.
But I think
that'll be the surprise announcement of next season 3. StarCraft Ghost.
The not surprised one is they opened a public test realm for Warcraft 3.
I saw that.
Oh really? Oh, I
For
didn't.
reasons.
So StarCraft Remastered comes out, and like the same day they're like, we have a public test realm open for Warcraft 3 for like bug fixes and balancing issues, and everybody's like, why are you updating Warcraft 3?
That's auspicious. That's very auspicious. What are you planning? What are you
Yeah,
doing?
what's that up to?
Warcraft 3.
So that took like no time for everybody to be like, I know what they're doing next.
Warcraft 3.
Warcraft 3.
Well, because I'm.
Warcraft 3.
It's called World of Warcraft.
It's so meta.
But I'm assuming StarCraft did so well with this remaster.
It did
obviously,
very
with
well.
that
They-
pre-purchase, they're like, we shall do Warcraft next. Although I would prefer them to do Warcraft 2.
I
Start
think
with Warcraft.
I would be more inclined to play
Warcraft
Warcraft
1?
than I would StarCraft.
The
Any Warcraft for me.
Any Warcraft.
yeah, but it's been
Warcraft-
such a long time. You can update that game better.
Here's the thing, though. Like, StarCraft changed the look of stuff,
Yeah.
but not the actual gameplay.
Yeah.
If they did that to a game, they could do it to Warcraft 2. Like, pretty it up without changing the gameplay, because Warcraft 2 played delightfully.
Yeah.
Warcraft 1 was a
Was
horrible.
pretty
update.
old.
If you're updating it, update it. Totally. But you have to change
But
the
I think at
mechanics
that point,
and
that's
fine.
rebuilding a brand new game.
that is.
Yes.
That
yes.
one you
With
have to
Star-
pay
with-
lots.
But with
It's
the
a lot more
StarCraft, they
work.
just took the old game, made sure it worked in 4K.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They just
And then pushed it
better
out.
resolution for the sprites.
Yeah.
So, and in Blizzard fashion, it took forever.
Well, because they did redo all this, like, sprites.
Yeah.
I did.
And they did do, like, you know how your comm comes up? Well, I don't know. And you can see the little person talking in that little window?
Yeah.
They redid all of that animation as well.
Oh,
so
so it's nice.
everything is
Okay.
spiced up.
Looking
All the animation is fancier.
Yeah.
cool. Fancy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got all the animations all
Cool.
fixed up.
Cool.
Okay,
StarCraft.
I've been playing PUBG, either with you guys or just by myself. No offense to like you guys, I think I have an amazing time playing by myself. Playing PUBG by yourself is one of the most
Oh yeah.
amazing experiences.
There's another, like, when you're by yourself,
There's a
and
sense
you're
of,
like,
I can just risk it and just go and not have to worry about anyone like helping someone. Like,
Yeah.
it works.
Well, that's how we play together all the time, which is why we die all the time.
I'd be joining you guys.
Should we go for the car? Let's fucking go for the car. Or I'm playing with both of them, and Tony's like in the house, like with the scope, and he's like, I don't see anyone, and I'm like at the house. Like,
yeah, he's already running. They're like, Tony, he's going in already.
Well, like that one match where I ended up finding the hidden bunker underneath everyone.
Yeah.
Oh yes,
Because you guys were looting a house or like in a village, and I was like, ooh, tunnels.
yeah, we're like,
Where's
Tony,
Tony? Where's Tony? I'm like, there's literally nothing to fear. There's nothing in here, guys.
Yeah.
It's done. So, been immersed in a lot of PUBG solo.
It
PUBG's
is
a good
a fantastic
Like
game.
whether you're playing
That
with
game is
teammates
just
or solo,
amazing.
like I'm surprised how well that game
Yeah.
plays, as buggy as it is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because I think all of us have experienced one bug in that game, like game-breaking bug at one point in time.
Yeah.
Like you had buildings that wouldn't load. My video card kept crashing.
I had one where buildings didn't load at all. I died, so I was spectating for Nick, and I could see through all the walls for
I've
him.
seen that one.
And I was
I've
like,
seen that
there's
one.
a guy coming towards you through, like, right in front of you. He's like, that's a wall. He's like, they are coming towards
Trust
you.
me, trust me. I've seen that bug on YouTube videos.
Well, and that's like the one where the house is half rendered.
I saw that. I wasn't
Oh,
sure
yeah.
what that was.
Neither was I. I walked up to the house and I'm like,
Did you open the door?
There were no doors.
I could walk through the walls.
He drove through a wall and almost ran me over while I was inside a building.
Then
I was gonna say you should use that to your advantage.
I got out of the car and the car realized there were walls and it exploded.
Pretty much the dialogue was, what the fuck was that? And I was just like,
We don't know what to do,
Dick?
so we're gonna kill you. We don't know what's happening, so we're just gonna kill you.
So I got out of the car and it exploded, killing me. And Ryan's like, did the car just explode? And I'm like,
I just hear the car explode. I'm like, what the hell just
because
happened?
I was on the other side of the wall, so he didn't actually see the car explode. He
No.
just heard the car explode. And I'm like, the car blew up.
I'm like, are you dead?
And
He's like,
well, you just drove it through a house, and I'm like, The other game where the buildings half loaded, I could like push my way through the walls, and that was the only way into the house.
Oh, yeah.
I walked up to a wall, and I can
only imagine what that looks like for someone who actually has the game loaded.
Well, one of them, he walked out in front of like other players, and they were kind of like they didn't even notice him, and then he started firing them. They're like, and they pretty much just turned around and just killed him. But I'm pretty sure they were like, "What the hell? Where the hell does he
I
go?"
walked up the side of a house, and they both kind
And there were two people there, like, and I was like, and Nick just died. I was like,
and they both kind of stopped, and it was like, I'll start shooting.
yeah, and
And then they killed me.
Who goes first? I go first. You go first. I go first.
he just faced through a wall. Did we kill him?
And the unfortunate part with that one was some of the walls I could just walk through.
Yeah.
Some of them I was clearly hitting other geometry, so I was like stuck in the wall until I like forced my way out. So I forced my way out of this wall, and there were two people standing on the other side.
So basically,
Watching you.
the moral of the story is yes, this game is still in early access.
Yes.
This game is. I want to see what I can't wait to see what this is like on Xbox when it comes out this year
Oh,
or
yeah.
later this year. Because there has to be a full-on 1.0 release for that to happen.
I was running to open a door, and Nick was just like, "Whoop!" I was like, "Okay, you take that house. I'll go to this other house."
Some of the animations are just so excellent in that game.
Oh,
The
yes.
the problem with that too was I couldn't go upstairs because there were no stairs.
Yes.
I could see through so like Brian was picking stuff up, and I'm like, "You didn't take the gas can?" He's like, "I don't have room." And how do you know there's a gas can up here? And I'm like,
all geometry's loaded, but
and put your balls away.
you can see it up your skirt.
Oh, I wish I had the skirt in PUBG. PUBG skirts are like
Yeah,
the most rarest clothing item.
I'm still trying to get one.
Yeah.
I bought a coat.
I got the same hat
I
twice.
keep getting like the same camo jacket.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the one I bought.
Ugh.
Maybe I bought it off of you.
No, I didn't sell it yet.
Oh, you can make about $2 for it.
No, it was like a camo, like a leather, like it was, I don't know,
Oh,
garbagey 50 cents or whatever.
the one I bought was $2.
So yeah, I've been playing that, and I watched The Arrival.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, I've
any
seen
of
The
you watched
Arrival.
Yeah.
You've seen it?
I thought it was quite interesting.
Wow, that movie was amazing.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that movie is easily in my top 10, top 5.
Yeah,
movies.
okay, that's what I was.
It is one of those
I thought it
movies where
was.
you do have to pay attention to.
Yes, so it's one of those movies.
It's
where
very
you-
immersive.
To it?
No.
No, 'cause it's
You
like
you can easily
mystery.
I can see how you can easily fall asleep to it because it's like some of these parts.
Yeah, some parts are.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
it
pretty
was
slow, but the-
Interstellar
but-
at
but-
first.
Kind of, but
Okay.
like you really need to go into them with this in the
Mhm.
this movie with the mindset of like there's payoff. You have to. There is a huge payoff at the end of this movie, and it builds up to it so well. And so
It is.
people who aren't familiar, Arrival is basically talking about aliens coming to Earth, 12 ships coming to Earth, where people around the world are like, what's going on? Like, are they attacking us? Are they here to help us? And so they hire on this translator, like this professional translator, who's helped the United States government translate Somalian languages and stuff like that, or whatever, for terrorist incidents, played by Amy Adams.
Yep.
Yeah.
Amy Adams. And so I'm trying to remember their names.
It's on the screen.
And Jeremy Renner's in it too. That's all that matters too.
And Forrest
Does he
Whitaker.
Forrest
fire
Whitaker.
bow and arrow and stuff?
No.
He would be. I would almost say he's as cool as in this movie as he is.
Yes,
as Hawkeye.
he is a
He
good
is a pretty
character.
cool guy.
I like his character in
And
this
so
movie.
basically their goal is to try and translate what these aliens are trying to say
Yes.
to humanity. And a lot this is one of those movies where they show off the aliens, but that's not the whole point of the movie.
No.
The whole point of the movie is kind of reflecting on how humanity would react to a scenario where
Terrified.
terrified, confused, like
Yeah.
there's rioting, there's looting, like one of the countries ends up trying to destroy these aliens by firing on them, and
Yeah.
obviously that's probably the wrong thing to do,
Yeah.
in all honesty.
If any alien movie has taught us, yes,
Yes, that's a bad
bad
idea.
Do not fire first.
And so yeah, like first and foremost,
Well-
this movie is a huge reflection on humanity as a,
It
as a
is.
whole,
Say there's a
So
lot
were
of
the
that
Canadians
happening, right?
peaceful?
no, they didn't show anything from
Sorry,
Canada.
Yeah.
sorry, you got to our planet.
I think
and it
only
was sort
two
of
of
a
the aliens-
disappointment,
Are you
eh?
out of gas?
I think
Yeah.
I think only 2 of the alien pods landed in North America.
Yeah, I think.
one
Would
in
you like some bacon?
one in the states, and one in
Syrup on
Mexico
top of
or
that?
something.
It's
Yeah.
actually ham.
But yeah, like the payoff at the end of this movie, there is a reason for almost every shot in this movie.
Yeah.
Like even some of the flashbacks, even like everything has a purpose. To
It all.
That's
yeah.
like the prestige which you still have.
It's like
You
you
gotta
get like
watch Die
fragments
Hard.
of
Die Hard
information,
first.
and at the end they all
You
come
have to
together,
watch
and you're like,
the one thing, the
Die Hard
movie that I would
first.
relate this the most to is Memento.
yes, I agree.
This Memento is the
I've
closest I
never
can
watched Memento either.
Oh, such a good movie. Christopher
You've
Nolan.
never seen it? You've seen it.
You go watch Die Hard, I'll go watch Memento.
No, you
God.
go watch.
Brian, we need to get out of here.
You haven't seen The Prestige, so get out of my house.
I have seen all these movies. I win.
So Memento is a Christopher
Oh,
Nolan
I know what
film.
the Memento is. I just haven't
Oh, okay.
watched it.
So yeah, it's one of those. Yeah, The Arrival is one of those movies where I wish I could unwatch it, or I know the plot twist, because watching it again would be so.
But then you pick
satisfying.
up on things.
And
You
that's
do,
the
you
big-
do.
and
I
that's
think
the big
if I
piece.
watched
That's
it
the
again, you
rewatch. It's Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless
Oh, yes,
Mind,
then, yeah.
Prestige, any of those movies where all of a sudden you see it.
Second
Well, no,
time.
but really,
even
like
Fight Club. Fight Club is
Yep,
like that.
yep, even
Fight
Fight
Club is
Club.
like that too.
I was trying to pause it at those like
Those
inserted
moments.
frames.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, you watch that for a second time, and like the first time you see it, you're like, oh my god. Like,
There's
what
a reason for that.
What a what a heavy movie, and then you watch it the second time, and now you're like,
Yeah, you're like,
every scene you're just like,
And so yeah, like The Arrival is very much like that, where it's like this. There's a huge sci-fi element to it, but it's not implausible.
Yeah,
is the big piece about
It's
it.
very like anthropological
A
or
little
like
bit.
sociological.
And so they're trying
I have an addition to make. Continue.
the 90% of this movie is them trying to decipher this alien language.
Yeah.
yeah, to communicate. And,
Yeah, to figure out what it is they're trying to say. And yeah, they show the aliens, and it's not super scary. Like
no,
there's nothing.
they're pretty
like,
cool.
Like there was literally one moment that I was like, oh, that happened, and then
Yeah.
it doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
The
And so-
aliens are chill.
It was a cool concept for an alien.
and yes, the designs for it was good, and that once that plot twist happens and it starts like unraveling,
You're just like,
I'm trying to keep up with the rest of the movie
Yeah.
because I'm trying to
you're
remember
trying to think back.
like what happened before,
Yeah.
but like things are going.
Sounds like a
it's
thinker.
no,
It is-
it is a bit
it's
of a
like
thinker,
a-
but once it's a very easy concept to understand.
Paying
what-
attention.
Yeah, you
My
gotta.
brain's not doing well with those.
Yeah. Yeah, like without spoiling really what that movie is all about. Like every shot has a purpose. Is sort of my takeaway from that movie. Like everything in that movie has a purpose, even though it might not seem like it has a purpose. There's a reason for everything, and it's just crazy how everything ends up getting stitched
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
So.
Cool.
Yeah, no, it's definitely within my top 5 movies of all time. Like I did not think I would say that ever, thinking about this movie.
I can't even pick my top.
So, that's that
Die
movie.
Hard's probably up there though.
Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Indiana Jones 5.
Okay,
Die
I guess
Hard's
within
up there.
I guess within the last decade or whatever. Any
No.
modern movies.
Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
On
I
Blu-ray.
went to
Digital
Star Wars remastered.
Star Wars remastered.
So those Blu-ray ones.
CGI Yoda.
I'll be. They're not too bad. They're bad, but they're not like, you know.
Sure.
That's where I draw the line. In terms of things I've been to, I went to the Pixar exhibit in Edmonton at a our Space and Science Center, where they would basically present the science of how to make a Pixar movie. Everything from how to do proper lighting to hair effects to physics to rigging. How long it takes to render movies and how
800 years.
33 years for 33 months,
Yep,
weeks,
that seems right.
something like that.
Probably months.
Because they did it was a sort of a hyperlapse moment for I think Inside Out, one of those scenes there. And so it's an exhibit where you can take a look at, and there's a lot of hands-on. You can build your own Wall-E.
Oh, really?
So there's a bit where it's like, yeah, I did put the pieces together. It's like, I made my own dude, my little dude. And so, yeah, like there's a lot of stuff I recommend everyone going to it, and a lot of it is hands-on.
That's good.
Other than like the big set pieces, like the big Sully or whatever like that, everything is incredibly hands-on. So
nice.
going with kids is a good idea, but we went on an adults night, so it was a little bit more mature audience going to it.
That's good.
After hours.
After
hours.
So you didn't have to wear pants, is what you're saying.
I took the pants off Sully.
Sully has pants?
Seductively.
Wait, Sully doesn't wear clothes.
He had a jacket on.
Apparently you
It was his Monsters U version.
Oh yeah, that's right, Monsters U version.
So yeah, no, that was an incredible experience, and honestly, it is super good.
Nice.
They're super forefront about it. And apparently, there is the 5-minute pre-show or whatever in the before you go into the actual exhibit where they talk about what it is you're going to be seeing and
Where I
experiencing.
become a Jedi or
A little bit.
archaeologist
Yes.
or a wizard.
This one they had the
Bounty hunter.
they were walking through the Pixar Academy, not Academy, like the
Darth
campus,
Maul.
and they're explaining all the sections on how to make a movie, and the guy's got the shirts on that says, "Where are we now?" He looks down. Oh, we're on rigging. And so his shirt changes like every 5 seconds. It's great.
That's funny.
And and apparently, since the exhibit's opened, Amira and I, like my fiance and I, we were the only couple who actually laughed at the John Lasseter stuff and said, "Oh my God, it's John Lasseter!" And we're like, "How can we be the only people who knew who John Lasseter was? That blows my mind."
Do you mean the head of Disney Animation?
The dude,
The
Stanley for Disney, like.
The guy who, pretty much brought them into their new renaissance of crap that they've been doing
Yeah.
for the last.
And apparently, we were the only ones who were like, "It's that dude! It's that guy, John Lasseter! It's him!" And then everyone, and
He wears Hawaiian bowling shirts. How do you not know it's him? Like,
we were like, "How can?" So we just
non-Disney people.
Yeah, we were really shocked about that. Anyways, but yeah, go to the
Oh,
Pixar
okay.
exhibit. I think it's here until January, so you.
He was like
Field trip.
the Michael Eisner.
Um,
Was it Michael Eisner?
Eisner was a horrible human being who should
Yeah,
never be
he
allowed in
was.
Disney again.
But do you remember when everyone knew him for Disney?
That's an unfortunate.
Yeah.
We do not speak at that time. Those were dark days.
There is nothing about Incredibles 2 or
Dark
Toy
days.
Story 4 or anything like that.
Oh,
But
Inside
that-
Out too.
there is no Inside Out 2.
There will be.
Inside Joy's mind.
No. The girl as a teenager.
They did a short. She goes on a date.
It's pretty fun.
Bigger than that.
No, I think Inside
She
Out's
gets
done.
married.
Maybe.
You know what? There's enough.
She gets.
It's
trafficked.
after hours.
She gets trafficked in Paris while on a trip with her friend, and
And Liam
the
Neeson shows
dad
up.
has.
They made like 3 movies with him. At some point, you gotta realize he's just a bad dad.
doesn't take care of his family properly.
Okay, come on. How is he supposed to stop that?
Hey, honestly though, Inside Out, but that movie. So you're not following all the actions outside, but like up here would be pretty good.
It's all just Liam Neeson.
Anger.
It's scary.
Anger.
It's
With
scared.
his
Disgust. Anger.
that.
Just keeps popping into everybody.
Every time I think of Liam Neeson, I think of Taken and his bit from Ted.
Yeah.
Now, if I purchase these,
Have you seen Have you seen A Million Ways to Die in the West?
Oh,
it's-
yes.
Is that still on Netflix? Okay, good. Because that is on my to watch list. It's not anytime soon.
See again, and that's I think why I gave Family Guy the chance I gave it was because he kept like Ted I liked.
Yeah.
And
Ted 2 was bad though.
Ted I had
I
Ted.
never
2
saw
hadn't seen.
Tattoo.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but
it wasn't as
bad.
good as the first one.
And A Million Ways to Die in the West was good. I'm really looking forward to his sci-fi show. That's
Which apparently is not Star Trek spoof, but it's
It's a Star Trek spoof.
he said that it's not
Everyone's-
Star Trek spoof. I'm just
But
like,
everyone
are
sees
you
it as
kidding
Star
me?
Trek spoof.
Are you kidding me? Like there's only when one star sci-fi successful.
well, but that was even
Show,
when he
like-
talked about A Million Ways to Die in the West. Because I read, he hasn't asked me anything on Reddit, so I went back to look at it because I'm like, I'm intrigued by you now, like the thought process behind some of the stuff you do. Because there's, again, Family Guy might be stupid, but there's a very intelligent person behind all of it.
Yeah.
Like you can see that, so it's just like, okay, I want to know more about you. And he's done and asked me anything on Reddit, so I went back and when he was doing A Million Ways to Die in the West, they're like, well, is this going to be like a Blazing Saddles type thing? And he's like, well, considering that's the only other Western comedy, that's what everybody keeps comparing it to. And he's like, but no, I feel like we have left Blazing Saddles behind, and I am doing my own film.
I like the Back to the Future reference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't
That was gorgeous.
Didn't he show up as a cameo?
Yeah.
Yep.
That was
In
one
the
of the things.
barn with
That's what I heard.
what weather experiment?
Again, still.
Again, still, forever.
I gotta watch that movie.
It's a pretty good flick.
But yeah, no, the Pixar exhibit was good, and of course Sonic Mania.
Sonic Mania.
Now I know
God.
you might have watched this too. DuckTales.
DuckTales.
Oh yeah, I gotta
Oh,
watch
yeah.
that.
Woohoo! Man, that was hard to find. I don't have cable, guys.
I was gonna say I have it on demand on cable. I just
don't
pressed
have-
a button and
It was
showed up.
super hard to find because it was
Which demand?
I have Shawn the Man.
Disney XD.
Disney XD.
So
Oh, I don't
for
have that.
for those who don't know, they released the first episode or 2 episodes
Yeah.
on their YouTube channel, but you can't access it in Canada,
Challenge accepted.
which is what I said. So I VPN tunneled my way into the States,
Mhm.
used a video grab tool to basically keep the
Yeah.
episode off of it while VPN, and then watched it back in Canada. Oh my god, that show! Holy crap!
David Tennant is Scrooge McDuck.
Everybody,
There are
everybody's
so many people in that. And
Everybody's
all
perfect.
the voice actors are perfect. Donald Duck is still voiced by the guy who does Donald Duck. He's the only
I
voice
feel-
actor
okay.
who actually came back.
Personally, I think he's a little too Donald Ducky.
He's hard to understand, but he's supposed to
Very-
understand.
Yeah, like again, this is me coming off of Kingdom Hearts 1.5,
Yeah.
where Donald Duck is you clearly hear Donald
You can
Duck.
hear him.
But in DuckTales, I feel like he went a little.
I think that's part of the whole shtick.
I know, but it's just like
I agree with you because we were watching it and I'm like, what the hell did Donald just
Yeah,
say?
what did he just say?
because my fiance was like staying up late that night. She's like, I'm watching this tonight. I'm not letting you watch this without me.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So we stayed up late watching it. She doesn't regret it, but she's
Yeah.
like, what's going on with Donald Duck? The rest of this is great. What's going on with Donald Duck?
Yeah. I think that's part of the running kind of thing. But yeah,
Um,
David Tennant is Scrooge. I thought was awesome.
Danny Pudi.
Danny Pudi is
Actually, not even just Danny Pudi. All 3 of them. All
all 3
4
of them. Well, yeah, because what's her
They
face
introduced
is
the 4th
is-
one, yeah.
Well, she's always been there.
Has she?
Yep.
I'm trying to remember those
Oh.
shows.
Yeah, I think I remember.
Why can't I think of her freaking name?
So,
Lilith? No, not Lilith.
Webigail?
Webigail.
Webigail.
thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry, I
Oh, yeah, like-
I'm
He's
cheating.
actually looking it up.
Yeah,
no,
Webigail's always been part of
Okay.
it.
But yeah, that entire show, it was done out of love.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, the actors knew the roles.
Yeah.
And they played into everything perfectly. And it is one of those shows that you can watch, obviously, as a kid and have a good time.
Oh,
But
yeah.
as an adult, it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
adulty, not like sex jokes, but it's adult humor.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Where it's like,
A big piece people have been complaining online, which I think people are just dumb, is Huey, Louie, and Dewey in the old cartoons used to be voiced by the same person. They all had the same voice.
Yeah.
And they were pretty much the exact same character, just times 3. This one, they actually all have
a personality
a
one.
personality and their own voice. Which I think adds
That's better.
layers and layers
Yeah,
to the show that
yeah.
you
That-
never
that-
had before.
There's so much more that they can do
Yeah.
with that. Like, they can make a single character. Like, they can literally have an episode about Dewey for
Right.
random reasons. It's like it's like a 3-part in one episode. It's like, this is that moment with Huey.
Yeah.
This is that moment with Dewey. This is that moment with...
Yeah,
like
Huey,
it's-
Dewey, Louie.
yeah,
Huey,
like
Dewey, Louie.
it could be perfect.
And they don't all wear the same costume anymore. They don't all, like...
They changed their clothes.
Yeah.
Well,
no, they still have
they
their
are-
they still have their colors.
They,
Okay.
they keep the colors, but like Louie's the only one with the hat anymore. Huey and Dewey, like it's the combination of different, like one's got a hoodie on and one like they've all kind of they've individualized the characters. Even their hair is like, or their feathers, I guess.
Oh my God,
Their hair are
Launchpad.
different. And Launchpad is
Launchpad's the best.
What does he look like now?
Launchpad. Honestly, the animation in this show.
It feels like it came off of a comic book page.
Oh, yeah?
It is so well drawn. Like that was like that first shot of the entire like clouds in the city. I thought it was looking. I thought it was a comic book page. It looks so good.
And that's
Oh,
the
yeah,
excuse
here's
we were
the-
watching it, and I'm like, this feels like a comic book.
That's awesome.
But they nailed the comedy. They
Yeah.
nailed the characters, the writing. It's so
Well, and
good.
the fact that the first 2 episodes went together.
yes, that they had to do that. I
It
think.
almost felt like the freaking DuckTales movie that came out ages ago.
Oh, I
also-
love that
I had-
DuckTale
And
movie.
so like
And I mean, the
So
DuckTales
good.
movie went above and beyond because it was the genie and all that stuff going on. This one was the introduction to everything again.
It's a
'cause
reboot.
obviously-
It's a
it's-
reboot.
It is a reboot
It's a
because kids don't know
Know it.
DuckTales.
this is a great
Yeah.
starting off point though.
This is the exact perfect way to start.
This is like the cartoons of our age coming back for this generation.
Well,
we have
after-
Darkwing Duck coming back now too.
and then in this one,
Yeah.
I'm sitting there going like, because they mentioned Saint Canard, and I'm like, wait a second.
There's a duck there that's pretty good in the night.
And the funniest part about watching this is even like I grew up with that DuckTales movie. I watched that weekly on VHS.
I just watched DuckTales. I just straight up just went
And I watched the movie because I could plug the movie in, so it was
Sure.
just like DuckTales.
That movie was so good.
so good, and so I watched that all the time, and so I know DuckTales. This one, my wife and I were watching, and it starts off with Donald living with the kids, and they have no idea who Scrooge McDuck is, other than the fact that he's a rich duck.
Yeah.
And then it leads into all of a sudden, like Donald's at their at Scrooge's door, like I need you to watch the kids. And Jen's like, shouldn't they, like, they
No.
don't know?
No.
Like, how is, like, I thought...
Oh my God, you're famous!
Well, it's like, I thought Scrooge was their uncle, and I'm like, no, Scrooge is Donald's uncle. They just call him Uncle Scrooge, because what do you call that
Great
person?
Uncle Scrooge.
Right. Because, I mean, I have my
Uncle
dad's...
Scrooge.
My dad's aunts, who I know, like, well enough, are auntie whatever, not great auntie whatever, or, you know,
Yeah.
like, they're just auntie, because otherwise you're getting into...
You're adding too many words.
Yeah, so it's just, yeah, he's Uncle Scrooge.
Just do the Gravity Falls thing, Grunkle Scrooge.
So,
Grunkle.
but yeah, he's Scrooge McDuck. They are Huey, Louie,
Oh my
Dewey,
gosh, and David
she's-
Tennant's so
and
good.
David Tennant is
He
so good.
nails that role.
Yeah.
I gotta say that.
Oh my God, it's
I
so
really
much
gotta
fun.
see that.
You have enough time in it before the next episode, sadly.
Good.
I think it's like middle of September or something like that.
Oh, really?
That comes back.
I have no idea. I didn't actually look. I was just like, DuckTales, must watch.
Yes. No, DuckTales. This past week has been super retro, just saying.
I was gonna say.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
Sonic.
Nostalgic.
Sonic. DuckTales.
DuckTales.
StarCraft.
StarCraft. It's like fuck old our new stuff. Just all the old stuff all over again.
Again, cartoons were better a long time ago. I've
Oh,
been saying
yeah.
it for years, and that's not from a person who's like, cartoons nowadays suck, because I still watch cartoons. There are some cartoons on TV that are good,
So
but a
good.
lot of them are junk. So the fact that
Yes.
they're going back to some stuff that actually worked is like,
I watched the newest episode of Rick and Morty, which is literally a rip of Avengers.
oh yeah.
It's based off of a group called the Vindicators, and their symbol is literally an upside down
An upside
A.
down A. Oh.
So, and they make fun of the fact that there's multiple Vindicator episodes, even though this is the first time you see him in the Rick and Morty show.
Oh, yeah.
They reference the fact that it's like, what happened to the last time? Oh, we don't talk about the last time we got together. Yeah, no, Rick and Morty is still really, really smart. I'm really looking forward to seeing what else happens, and I just, as much as I don't want it to happen, I want this to be the last season of it all, just because it's, I don't know, there was so much hype going into season 3 that going into a season 4 would A, be the end of time, and B, not live up to the hype as season 3 is currently living up to. So, and not to say like the episodes are bad, they're funny. There's tons of adult jokes. It's Rick and
Rick and Morty.
It's Rick and Morty. It's a cartoon, not cartoon now. It's Adult Swim, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Something like that.
Sounds
Yeah,
about
yeah.
right.
It's Adult Swim. So
It
they,
is, because
they
you
can,
have to download the Adult Swim app to watch it.
Sure. Sure. But yeah, like it's Rick and Morty. If you've watched any of them and loved any of them, like it's more of that,
Yeah.
honestly. And it's them riffing on the Avengers.
Oh, Rick and Morty.
So, yeah, that's sort of been my week and a bit. Doing Pokemon judging here and there.
Cool.
Animathon was last week, so they had me
Yeah.
all weekend.
That's why you weren't here and it was us.
Yes. That's how you get into the community. You have to volunteer. So, I'm going to Vancouver in October, so
Nice.
hopefully judging a giant-ass regionals.
I'm gone in November. We're good.
I was
Who am I giving a key to?
Just me by myself.
It's the Chris Show!
Taking care of a puppy.
Changing everything.
The puppy's gonna be with my dad.
So yeah,
Cool.
sir.
Watched the first 3 episodes of Defenders.
Yes. Good, right?
Touch on that.
Is good.
Yeah, the first
Is good.
episode was just to see where everybody's kind of at that point in time, which is understandable because it's been a while since we've seen like Daredevil and
Yeah.
That's what I found with the
Jessica.
first half
Well,
hour.
even
was-
Jessica Jones, like Daredevil, at least got a season 2. Like,
yeah, but it's still been a while since you
Yeah.
and it does mention some things that have happened or
So-
off
so is okay.
screen, I
is
guess.
Yeah.
the Punisher actually in the Defenders or
Don't know
no?
yet.
Because they said he was Jonathan Bernard or John Bernard or whoever,
Phenol or whatever. his
whatever
name is.
Bethal. he was like filming stuff for Punisher at the same time as Defenders.
He could show up, but he hasn't
So
shown up
I wasn't
yet.
sure because the teaser trailer for the Punisher.
Punisher's after the
Well,
Yeah.
that's dropped. So I just don't know how his character fits into the grander Defenders
Nothing yet.
thing.
All I can say is in the first half hour, I still found Danny Rand to be the weakest character. I think I'm going in with preconceived notions now, though, because like it opens with Danny, and I'm like, I still don't know about you.
Is he better?
Does he evolve a little bit by episode?
Well, he
times
makes
is-
stupid decisions.
How many times does he say that he's the immortal Iron Fist? Wow, he's gone down.
He doesn't.
It's less.
He's in the show list.
Well, and then that whole thing from the trailer when he's talking to Luke and saying, "I'm the immortal Iron Fist," and
You know what?
Luke doesn't say that.
Oh,
He says something different.
Oh.
That line must be somewhere else in the show.
It's a cut thing.
Yeah, I can see that. It's
Probably.
the whole like we put it in the trailer just to get you to watch.
And really, if you watch, I've kind of watched the trailer because Netflix will have that if you just sit on it long enough.
Oh yeah.
We'll show the trailer again. Pretty much everything happens in the first 3 episodes.
Oh,
Is what
that's
you
good.
see in the trailer.
Oh,
That's-
good. So that
that's-
leaves a lot for those last 5 episodes.
It's
To,
a-
yeah.
it's a- yeah, 8 episodes.
That's
a lot of Defenders.
Yeah, because
That's a
they're
lot
just
of Defenders.
3rd episode, and you're starting to see how the interactions are working
Right.
with each other.
I did
It's
like.
interesting.
I did like Luke Cage getting out of jail. That was a good. There was some nice.
It was quick.
It was quick, but they also intermingled some stuff too that I was like, oh, that's how they went about it. All right, cool, neat. Like again, it's one of those things where like,
Is Kingpin in it?
Not that they've
Yet?
seen yet.
Okay, just curious.
There's not even a mention of him yet.
Damn.
I think if they're concentrating on Sigourney Weaver as the antagonist, though,
And
not-
in those first episode 2, you not only get catch up with them, you learn more about her.
Okay, good. Yeah,
And each episode, you're finding out a little bit more about her.
That makes sense, though. She's a new character, but so they want to pepper her in.
I'm
enough.
curious to see though if they lead her to be an actual comic villain.
I'm sure
like a
that
named like a
Yeah, like a name
Yeah.
you would know.
not like the Chitauri.
Hammerhead.
Not like the Chitauri.
That's because they didn't want to bust out the Kree and the Skrull right away.
Yeah.
I understand that one now.
But I mean, so far so good. Like I said, I really wanted to watch more today, but
Other
time
priorities.
constraints.
So did I.
I was sleeping last night.
I kid. I laugh.
I love you too.
I drove you around all day.
You
'cause
did
I
drive me
laugh.
around all day.
You were the chauffeur.
Garçon, garçon, we need to go to the...
That's not how you say it. After hours.
After hours.
Yeah.
After
All
hours.
day. It was a good thing though. Honestly, it was like show up with the van and it's like there is space. Just put things.
Put things here.
And we filled up an SUV and the van.
Wow.
So
It's like someone's getting married tomorrow.
Yeah.
yeah, and a lot of stuff is there's complicated things involved. So
Fireworks.
I mentioned that today. Did you know his brother's one of the people that launches the Canada Day fireworks?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Are we gonna have fireworks?
Can we
tomorrow?
have them?
No.
Can I have them?
Could we please have fireworks?
He had
tomorrow?
fireworks at his wedding. And that was kind of
Well,
nuts.
there's gonna be fireworks. It's a surprise.
No, it's at the airport. I don't think fireworks are allowed at the airport.
It's better if you aim it at the planes. Then you can ricochet them off.
be even more explosive and beautiful.
But
Yeah.
I've also been working towards that stupid Arkham City Platinum.
Yeah, which you were still working at last week too.
Oh God.
Well, I haven't, like I said,
I know,
like I
it's-
mentioned
Have
last
you made,
week.
have you made any progress?
I'm watching my nephew during the day, so it's kind of like, surprisingly, I shouldn't find it surprising. It's tiring watching an 11-month-year-old just.
Yes.
11
It
years.
is.
11-year-old.
11.
No, it's 11-month-year-old in a few days.
You can't have a month in a year.
11-month-old.
11-month-old.
That's whatever.
Drop the year.
No,
11
I don't
year in a
want
month.
I don't want
Your
to.
nephew's almost 1.
Yeah.
Jeepers creepers.
So I'm watching him, so it's less time for me to do things.
Mm-hmm.
This
Have you made
past
any headway,
one,
though?
yes, I have made headway. I got the storyteller one, which is just go see him see the
Oh.
calendar man at
So
every different time.
Oh,
I just
so
kept
wow!
going-
You played the game like you know,
Every
every
year.
year. Wow, that's impressive.
It didn't
Good
glitch.
job, even though it's only been out for.
It's still there was well, the way I
Impressive.
did it. There was a worry about glitching on it because you can change it around your system like that. It would mess with it.
It can corrupt, your some of your
Save
save
data. So far, it hasn't. I haven't gone back since, but.
Wow, you've played this game for a whole year, even though it's been only out for a couple
I-
months.
I know, right? And then I did the Free Flow 2.0, which is doing every button combination in one
Every combo in one
Fight.
chain.
one chain.
Oy.
That
So you
took a
did-
bit.
So do you have to do that in like the not the training simulator, but like the?
You can go into the ranked, like the fight.
Yeah, because it doesn't
Parts?
say what mode you do you do it in.
No,
right?
you- no,
you
you-
just do it in any mode.
You can go in any.
Yeah.
But I picked one that wasn't gonna have any big guys in it,
Mhm.
but there were still enough guys for me to do the combo.
Get to one last one. The guy falls down dead.
You know what? I do have a story about that. I did it. I had it perfectly because the hardest one to do is really the ground and pound
Okay.
because if you try and
After hours.
I'll pound you.
because they're guys if you try too early, other guys will come up and just punch you and it'll ruin your whole
So,
streak.
yeah.
Day.
So try and do that, and then I finally did it. I had one guy left, and I was supposed to stun him and then do the beatdown stuff. I jumped over him and accidentally punched him, and he died, and that was the end of it. And I had
How
everything
many-
else perfectly
How many
done except for that.
How many combos are there? Like strings? I played the game.
The variation, if you watch the end, it's 12 plus a gadget.
Well, that's not too bad.
It sounds like it's not too bad, but you think you're dodging someone, and they all of a sudden they're moving up and they punch you, and you're
And it's gone.
so close.
And your
Yeah.
chain is dead, yeah.
It took me close to half an hour.
Oh, that's
Well,
not
that's
too.
not too
I was
bad.
gonna say
half
for
an
a
hour
trophy,
45 to try and
I'm
just
just repeating the same thing over
doing
and
the
over
same
again.
thing over and over again.
repetition is good.
Have you heard the definition of insanity?
I did it though.
You
When
did
I
it.
did it, I had to just walk away because I was so happy.
You should get Sonic Mania for that.
Chris is just like, to hell with insanity. I beat insanity. I am
Now,
insanity.
The last two trophies I have to do is beat the New Game Plus story and the side missions on.
New Game Plus.
And it's actually called Perfect Day or Perfect Night 2. And it's having all side missions done on both Perfect or Game Plus and regular. Beat the stories of both. Have all the upgrades. Have all the riddles solved. Have all the ranked and campaign modes beaten. 100%. So all I have to do is beat the New Game Plus and do those side missions, and I'm done.
That makes me sound very tired. I'm tired just listening to it. To do
I'm gonna play Sonic Mania.
But the hardest part of those side missions though was the riddler stuff.
the Riddler stuff is
There's
just
so
everywhere.
much stuff to do.
Yeah.
But the bonus about this, and I kind of read up on it, going into the New Game Plus, I don't have to do the riddles again. The riddles will be automatically mine.
Oh, they carry over.
Mm.
Nice.
They're automatically mine, and I don't have to find them all to try and unlock Riddler's last thing. So I
That's
can,
good.
so as soon as the Riddler stuff happens, I can keep going to riddle until I eventually stop him.
Huh.
Talking about the PlayStation trophies, I remember when they patched the PlayStation Uncharted 4 PlayStation trophy.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that one?
No.
So one of,
Oh, I did hear something
A
about a
different-
different
it's
game. A different game. Sorry.
but like it was, I was thinking about it. It's the one of the trophies is unlocked when you basically you beat the game on or easy, normal, hard, like crushing or whatever like
Yeah.
that. There was a bug in the game's launch where when you finish the game, you could, like on normal, you could reload your New Game Plus on a different difficulty, chapter skip to the very last section, and it would
Oh.
automatically unlock not only crushing, but
Everything
every other
below.
difficulty
Oh,
below that,
wow.
without actually playing crushing. And then they were like, oh shit, we gotta patch this out. So they patched it out, but if you have a disc copy of that game, you can always get that trophy
Without
and then,
installing the.
Without install.
and then install the update to fix whatever
Right.
patches you want. I remember that. I was like,
No, there was something I
because
read.
you can't get it if you digitally downloaded it.
I think it was
You-
earlier today. Life is Strange, the
The new one.
sequel.
Yeah.
The
Before
only way
the
people
storm.
can platinum.
Wait, is that out?
Not yet. I don't think. The only, but
Okay.
apparently,
Yeah, I gotta play that.
But they announced the trophy list though.
Yeah.
The only way you can platinum is if you buy the deluxe edition.
Wait, what?
Whoops.
Oh, really?
Whoopsies.
Wait, what? What?
Some people are mad.
Is it literally say like you bought the deluxe edition for fun?
No, there's people that tweeted about it earlier, like What, you can't do this without the deluxe edition?
Wait, what?
You can still play through a
So
game, but you
obviously there's
can't
an,
platinum.
an achievement attached to something from the deluxe edition.
I thought there was a rule against that where like add-on stuff doesn't
Probably.
I
doesn't
don't
add to platinum stuff.
Obviously,
like,
someone who was doing the achievements was like, "Oh, this sounds like a good one," and then
Ryan's-
like not knowing that it was like extra content or something.
Yeah.
I feel like that'll get patched out.
I feel
It
like
might, but a
Because-
lot of people are mad right now. 'cause they
That's
heard-
something like that's got to get patched. Because remember that one digital game that you could get the platinum in like what 10 minutes or something
Yeah.
like that. They straight up just
I
pulled that
wish.
game in the store.
I wish.
Yeah, there was like a PSN downloadable only game, which it was like one of the selling points is easiest platinum you'll get in 15 minutes.
Wonder if I can sell my Steam achievements for money too.
I don't care anything about my Steam stuff other than the games on it.
I was gonna say I don't care about the achievement parts too. It's like all the cards can go, all my you can all have my achievements in Steam.
Arkham City would be platinum number 20.
Ooh, we should
that's
get
a good number. We should get a cupcake or something for
No.
Yes,
Okay.
we should. 20th.
2-0.
That's
We
all
should
I've
have,
been
that should be a
doing.
live stream, is what that should be.
As he like does the final punch
Punch.
on the Joker.
And we watch it and like whiff it and then just die.
Sure. Have you played Arkham City?
I don't remember who was bad.
Joker's not the final. Well, he is kind of the final boss, but you don't punch him.
Whatever.
I can't remember who the
Thrust
final
your-
boss was.
That
The final fight?
I can't remember.
It's
been a while.
Clayface.
Sure. All I remember is the
remember.
the first one and the last one. That's all. I can't remember
The last
City.
fight was Clayface because Clayface, you find out at the end, Clayface was actually impersonating the Joker with the helping the Joker pretend to be himself, a healthier version of himself.
Right. Right.
It's been so long
I
since I played that
I
game.
do not remember any of that.
Like I said, I remember
Because there was that last little 15 minutes of that game, there were a whole bunch of villain deaths, and I was a little caught off guard by it. But that was it for me.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I remember there's like a giant Ra's al Ghul sequence with Talia. Okay, so we're watching the ending for Batman Arkham City just for the audio and
There's no audio.
no for audio listeners.
Oh yes.
That's
Oh,
what
as
we're,
it went silent. Yeah.
Yes. Well, I'm not silent.
How come I don't remember this?
I don't remember this.
Did you
Yeah,
beat the
that's the same.
game?
Yeah, I
It's
beat
the-
this
it's
game.
the same
all of
fight
us have
as
beat it.
Grim.
I remember this.
All of us have beat
It's
all of
essentially
the
the
Batman.
same
Have you
fight
beat the
as
last
Grim.
Batman game?
Yeah.
No,
Which one's that one?
Arkham Knight.
Arkham Knight.
No, not yet.
Okay, well, is it okay to buy it on PC yet?
Yeah.
Oh, I think I've already bought it. I just
Okay.
haven't had a
Okay.
chance to.
Okay, so if they fixed it on the PC, then totally it's
That
worth
one-
playing. It's totally worth
That
playing.
one would be a pain to try and platinum.
I don't
Because
remember.
those riddles, you have to start using the Batmobile.
I like
Those aren't
the-
that hard though. The Batmobile stuff's pretty easy. For
Was
them.
it?
Yeah.
Also, the Batmobile.
I might
is
have to go
great.
back to it because, like I said with this, when I first played this and tried to do it, it was hard. I
Yeah, but
couldn't
the
do it.
Batmobile is an X. They did that stuff well with the Batmobile.
They did.
Well, they did. I'm not disagreeing with it. You have to do specific
For something that they
things.
went from 0 to whatever it is now, they pulled it off really well.
You must have beat it because that's a lot of.
Those are locked. I played this on my Xbox.
You probably played it on Xbox 360.
Yeah.
It's
Because I remember playing it on PS3.
That's all I've been.
Somewhere in there.
That's all I've been doing.
Something like that.
That's
Oh,
cool.
God, that game was so
After hours.
What is that game?
Catherine.
Catherine.
It's
What
the
is that game?
It's the game that was
Yes.
made by the Persona guys. It was their game that they made in between Persona 4 and 5. And so, so
What?
I don't know how to explain this game. It
Okay,
is so
you-
fucking weird.
Is it a dirty game?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Oh.
incredibly. So the
I
story
haven't
is
played
that
it and I know.
so the story I can't remember any of the main characters' names. For
Vincent is trapped in a nightmare, facing a choice of marrying his longtime girlfriend Catherine with a K, or moving on to the incredible blonde he just woke up next to, named Catherine, but with a C. The worst part
this
is
one's Catherine with a
that-
K.
That's Catherine with a K.
What's Catherine with a C?
The
You
PS3
wouldn't
cover
get
has
them mixed
Catherine
up.
with a C.
The worst part is if he makes the wrong choice, he could end up dead. Hang out, drink, send texts, and watch the story unfold through full HD cinematics. And then there's puzzle solving, which is the actual
So
part of the
so
game.
it's like block moving. You have to climb the blocks or else get destroyed.
And escape.
Escape.
Okay.
It's basically getting from the bottom of the puzzle all the way to the top. And so a lot of the game has a lot of social aspects that you actually see in Persona 5 nowadays. And where it's like you're hanging on the bar. How do I send text to people? And at the end of every chapter, it'll actually
When
get.
she sends you dirty pictures from the bathroom.
It's great. It's wonderful. The game is so kooky and just so Persona-like. But yeah, it'll give you stats of like, this is how many people like sent a reply back to her dirty picture. This is how many people actually remembered your girlfriend's birthday and stuff like that. Or super, yeah. Catherine is a weird case. I don't know how to like promote it because it's such a weird game, and it came out. I remember I was really stupid. I bought the collector's edition of it, and it came with a body pillowcase. And don't know what to do with it. I think I threw it out. I'm pretty sure I threw it out.
Nick has some idea.
I don't know. It came with underwear. It came with like it was so fucking weird.
That game was weird. I loved that game.
It was
that
yes.
was one of those weird like.
You have to.
And again, you can't really talk about it in
public
because
it's literally talking about cheating on.
Oh yeah, it's like.
really?
What have you been playing? Well, there's this game I play where this like girl I woke up to next. Like you wake up next to this girl and it's like, oh no, because I'm getting married to this other girl. What do I do? And then you have to make a choice. And
then there's like other sheep in there that literally other sheep who are also. Like in the dream world, where they're making bad decisions in real life, and they're getting sent to this dream world where they have to climb their way out of this nightmare.
Yeah.
Oh,
because you're clearly making a bad decision every time you decide
that.
to cheat on your
And
fiance.
on top of that, that game is ridiculously difficult.
Yup.
I got
that was the best part of that game was you're climbing those towers and you're like, okay, and then you die, and then you'd go to do the tower again, and you're like, okay,
and literally, it's the same. It's the same puzzle. It's like
Every
the blocks are all the same, and yet you keep failing.
Yeah. So it's one of those ones where you have to like you learn.
It's pixel perfect.
section.
And it's very pixel perfect.
But you get sent back down the whole way every time, so
Every
you
time
can't
you
just
lose.
remember like
Yeah.
this section.
You just need to be good at that one mechanic of pulling the block out and then just climbing up it.
Yeah.
I got to the last level and I was like, "Fuck this shit!" I just googled the ending at that point.
I think I did too. I don't think I actually finished Catherine.
No, I don't blame you. Like that game,
That game
I
got
think it's been on
intense.
the PlayStation Network on sale for.
I almost
times now.
broke my controller of that game.
Yeah, that was one of those ones that was just frustrating, but a good game. Like
That,
frustrating
that
in
game,
a good
a
way.
game like that will never come out again.
You can't. You can't.
No,
No.
not especially in this day and age. It's out. It's crazy.
So.
That
Trying
yeah
to look up pictures.
of Catherine.
Hold
on.
towers.
After hours.
After hours. Catherine should come to the PC.
Holy crap! Like this looks creepy.
It is creepy.
Oh, the monsters.
The monsters that chase you, yeah. That's Catherine.
Yep. Oh, yeah, I've played it. Yeah. So
so
that
creepy
sequence. So
looking.
that sequence. Apparently your girlfriend is late
Yeah.
in real life, and so he's getting worried. Like, what if I become a? I'm not ready to become a dad. Like, maybe I should just run away with this other Catherine girl.
Yeah.
And so the nightmare is that baby chasing you.
Oh.
So the bosses or the monsters are all related to what's happening in
your
your
life.
real life.
Real life
Goodness
problems,
gracious.
yo.
So
Bro
one
life.
of them is like your like the actual real Catherine, like your girlfriend, like chasing you up the thing.
Oh.
'Cause she's like, "What is going on? You didn't return my text for blah 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 blah." It's like, oh my god, this is creepy. Maybe I should really go with the other Catherine chick. Which one? I don't know anymore.
You don't know.
Yeah, the game is
That was a
super
good game.
fun. Yeah, it is. Yeah, leave it to the Persona guys.
I think.
Yeah.
That was it for me.
I think we're.
Yeah, that's it. I think we're good.
Almost
We have to
at-
call it.
Almost
We have-
at
yeah, we
midnight.
got to call it here soon
Yeah.
because some of us.
I
have-
should probably sleep
We
soon.
gotta get him home.
Some people
As
need
you
to do
fall
stuff
asleep.
tomorrow. Some people need to do stuff tomorrow.
I do.
You can just do that here, right now. I'm gonna draw Wang on his face when he does it.
After hours.
After hours.
Marker.
After hours.
I told
Brian
his,
wears a mask tomorrow.
I told his fiance I would get him to the wedding. I did not say that he would not have a penis on his face.
It was Tony.
I'll take.
Don't even have to do the best man fault thing. It's Tony.
I'll take blame for
How
that.
could you
It's
let this
worth
happen? I don't know. Tony just started drawing, and I was like,
it. And then I added. To
I
it.
was I was half asleep too.
So if you put Brian and Chris together, like their faces together, the pictures match, like the Mad magazines.
Together it makes dick butt or something.
Yeah, they stand beside each other for pictures.
Worth it.
either who, folks, thanks for watching. Thanks for staying up with us.
Yes.
I don't think anybody actually did, but thanks for staying up with us.
That's okay.
And thanks for watching us.
You can watch if you
Rewatch
want to get
it.
if you want to get the full after hours effect. Watch this at night.
Yes, if you're watching this at a regular scheduled time on
Yeah.
Saturday, don't stop right now.
Watch it at night.
And
Put it in
come-
your save. Put it in your save.
Watch
list.
for
If
later.
they're watching now, though, it's too late because that means they've watched everything
Oh
at
God.
this point.
There's no one watching right now.
Stanky
Hi.
Yankees on.
But if they watch it later and get to this
Stinks.
point,
He's busy. He's off. He's away.
Wow.
That's the away symbol.
We still don't know what's going on with that. That's fine.
We don't. Either who.
Okay,
Thanks for
goodbye.
watching. Check us out at barrelrollnews.com.
We got stuff there. Go take a look at this.
We do.
Bye.
Bye,
After hours.
everybody.
After
Bye.
hours.